Hello everyone out there, this is Classic Vinyl Collectibles with part 6. And of course it's my new wave synth pop collection, still continuing, A to Z. So we're on the E section now. And moving along, I'm not going to do a long introduction. A lot of you already know my channel by now. And in time I will have shown you my entire vinyl record collection. That is also of dark wave, goth, all of my Duran Duran I've already done from 1 through 8. And so we're going to be doing synth pop, new wave. I'll be showing house and trance later on. So here we go with, remember this, Elvis Costello, Every Day I Write the Book. He reminded me, maybe a lot of others, as Buddy Holly of the 80s. This was really, really nice, this track here, kind of lightweight. This one here, Even Ozen. These guys, I'm not sure what they were doing, but they made a really, really good track on here. This is hard synth pop, as I would describe it. Really good bass line, and this is synthesizers all over the sucker. Also, synth drums. The video, I don't quite get it. There's a whole bunch of kids in the classroom. They're chanting A, and then E, I, O. It's really cute sounding, like with children. But in the video, it's got a part in the song where there's drums just banging, and even the A, E, I, O, U, that is, the voices are hitting hard. It goes high, and then it goes sinister low, hitting hard, A, E, I, O, U, and it goes real fast, A, E, I, O, U, sometimes Y. And he tells a story, how he met this girl at this coffee shop, I think it was. She's drinking a cappuccino. I don't quite understand the song, but if you're gonna make a playlist, like I recommend to anybody who watches my videos, make a playlist of everything I show. It'll be one of the best 80s playlists you could ever have. And this is just my collection. There's so much more out there. But get that in there. Even Ozen, A-E-I-O-U. That was their biggest hit. Everything But the Girl, Tracy Thorn. This is later on. This isn't 80s, but this might have been even 90s. But I had to put this in here just because the sound of her voice. They were an 80s band. This is a song that was written for, had to be either somebody who felt terribly abused in a relationship, being taken for, or somebody who lost somebody in a relationship. If you're gonna make an 80s playlist, why not throw this in there? Everything But the Girl, Walking Wounded. Great, great track. Exotic Birds, Day After Day. I think this may have just been the one song that they did that was a big, really big hit. And it's taken from a 60s song, I Give My Love to You, Day After Day. Really nice track. Reminds me of back when it came out. Remember the movie Airplane with the common line in it, Surely You Can't Be Serious. I am serious and stop calling me Shirley. This track right here is kind of later 80s, maybe Chicago house sounding, but it's Ehab and it's titled Surely You Can't Be Serious. And all throughout this record are snippets and samples from the movie Airplane. You almost wouldn't believe me until you heard it. And it's even got Nervous. Yes, first time. No, I've been nervous lots of times. She's talking about flying. So if you know the movie Airplane, it's in that record. I mentioned on my last video, Vince Clarke from Depeche Mode moved on to doing Yaz. Well, then he went into doing Erasure with Andy Bell. And here is where we really see Vince Clarke's productions really taking off. This is Drama on this single here. I think this is a domestic. The Circus. I'll save that one after. Who Needs Love Like That off of their first album. And I would describe this as synth pop at its best, is when you've got a song like this, Who Needs Love Like That? If you're gonna make a playlist, throw that in there too. So I've got this one here, Circus. This has Hideaway, it doesn't have to be, Victim of Love, sometimes, kind of a greatest hits, excellent record to have. Here is Star. Great track. Breath of Life. This is the one where he's singing, Take me, I'm yours, and I'm coming up for air. I'm going to live my time for the rest of my life. and I'll be coming up for air. Great track. I don't think I have Blue Savannah, but that was another nice one too. I got two of these. Who Needs Love Like That? I think I just mentioned that a minute ago on the other record, but great track on that one. Now I have these other two. Probably Erasure's biggest song is A Little Respect. I tried to discover a little something that makes me sweeter, and that is, oh baby, refrain from breaking my heart. I'm so in love with you. Big time song for them. You'll know it when you hear it. Now, Chains of Love. This one's much more bouncy, much more hard-hitting, huge club dance floor filler is Chains of Love. Get this one. And it is I think it's the Truly in Love with the Marx Brothers mix. That's the one to have. The first time I heard of Erasure, I was flipping through the dial on my boombox on Live 105 is where I landed, because that was our big new wave station out of San Francisco, and I heard this one here. This right here is, I would say, the epitome of synth pop, is with the drum machines that were being used at that time. Erasure's Oh L'Amour broke my heart, and now I'm saying I'm aching for you or begging for you. I don't quite understand the lyrics, but it's something like that. And then, of course, here is their first album, and it has all these songs on it. Great album to have. General Public. I believe these were the guys from the English Beat, and they went on to doing this track. This is at the end of the movie Weird Science. And you would know it if you hear it. Tenderness. And I have a few different ones here. There's that. I believe that one's an import. I can tell by the paper. It's on Virgin. And then there's this one here. This might be a domestic. That doesn't come out. But there's that one as well. Okay. You want a great dance club track, a floor filler. You don't hear much about these guys, but this is some huge, huge sounding new wave. Not so much synth pop, but if you like the Cult, throw these guys in there as well. Gene Loves Jezebel. And they have that desire. And what you want is what you need. Desire. Great stuff. I mean, even on the record cover. And then you get into this little bit of heartache, never hurt anyone. I liked it so much, I grabbed two of them. If you play a set of 80s, throw both of those in there. Gene Loves Jezebel. Now we have Dindada. This was in the movie Breakin'. This is where, I forgot his name, he's dancing with a broom. Oh, no, that was Tour de France. I think this is in the movie Breakin', but it's Dindada, and has that Dindada, dom dom dom, Dindada. It's on Personal. Everything that he does, the drums follow. So if he's mimicking the drums banging, the drums follow with it. And in the background, it's just saying din da da dom 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 din da da dom dom, and he's saying rat da 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 all the way through it, and it builds up and it just bangs and bangs. When you hear this record, there's nothing else out there like it. And if you see the video, you can see him doing it. He's doing the voice and he's hitting the drums. Here is a record here that's out of Mexico. I wanted this release because this is what I bought at, I think it was Butch Rack's Records in San Francisco, or Record Rack. But this is the Mexican one, and it's the only one that looks like this. This is produced by Gary Newman, and it's Harlequins Tears. And he's saying, why does your heart beat? Why does your heart beat now? If you like Gary Newman's earlier stuff, not new, but earlier stuff, even past Cars, maybe like Berserker or My Dying Machine, this is hard hitting, almost sounds even like Dead or Alive. Great track. Let Me Go. Great use of the Roland 303. I've died 1,000 times, and don't remember quite what the words are, but you'll know it when you hear it. You got to find this one here, Let Me Go. If you like Heaven 17, great for a goth club or a goth set. Not quite goth rock, but it would fit in. And I heard this on the Quake as well. We live so fast, motion, motion, no time to waste. Big song for them. It's fast. Really nice synth pop track. Howard Jones, Things Can Only Get Better. I don't know who I can compare this guy to. He's kind of a sound in itself, but Things Can Only Get Better. And the chorus was, and if you get scared, I do, and I won't. I don't remember the words. I don't remember, something like that. I won't stop and falter. This is a nice one here. Look at this import. I love these import sleeves, especially when they're clean and perfect condition like this. You ever heard of Hubert Paw? Machine Gun. Has some horn sections in it. Great track. I heard this at the Palladium in San Francisco before it closed down and became something else. But DJ Chill was the guy that was playing the records there, along with Steve X. But this came out, I think this was around, maybe, yeah, 89. If you want to make a playlist of all this stuff, throw this in there as well, Hubert Paw. And this was their bigger song here, Military Drums. Fantastic. Almost sounds like Peter Schilling. So get that, Machine Gun, and It's Me, Kathy. Really nice song. Pretty synth pop, almost like Book of Love. Okay, remember Human League? Fascination. Even had those cute girls in the band. They're singing together, and they're doing that typical 80s dance, just throwing the hands around. But the song was, and so the conversation turned until the sun went down. Keep Feeling Fascination. I got a few of those here. I got 2 of them. And here's Dare. And I think this is the one that had, yeah, Don't You Want Me. So this was their first album here. This was MTV at its best. When this video came out, Don't You Want Me, and has the girl in the band with her trench coat on, the car's parking. I gotta say that this is when the 80s were so great. The beginning of it. And MTV was just huge. We move into Mirror Man. Really nice. Even the girls are harmonizing in the background. If you know Human League, then you'll like these as well. Here's another one, Keep Feeling Fascination. And then my last song here is going to be In Excess. This one here has got The One Thing on it. That's the one that I thought was Duran Duran when this came out, until I heard Hungry Like the Wolf. I heard The One Thing on the radio, and I thought maybe this is that group that I saw in white clothes. But no, it ended up being In Excess. But if you hear this song, it's got a lot of synths in it, hard-hitting drums. I think this was a great way for this band to kick off, but it's also got the other song on here, Don't Change. Great song to play if you're driving along the highway, maybe along the ocean with the top down in the car. Play In Excess, Don't Change a Thing for me, and then switch it up to The One Thing. So that is part 6 of my New Wave Synth Pop collection. I thank you for watching. We're going to move on to 7 later on. And if you like my channel and like what you're seeing, follow along with me. We're just going to keep going. Moving on to 7. Or if you'd like to start over, look at part 1 of my Duran Duran collection. That's everything I own of Duran Duran. There's a lot of those to go to. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel and I'll get future videos out to you. Hit the like button that supports the channel. And I thank you for watching. Again, one more video. Cheers.